When you look back on the journey of your relationship, you recall how your person never reached a clear conclusion about the connection between you. Their indecision left you suspended in a perpetual state of uncertainty, as if you were caught in an emotional limbo that you could neither escape nor fully comprehend. Instead of taking decisive steps, they chose to dangle you on the periphery of their affection, providing just enough breadcrumbs of attention and validation to keep your hope alive, but never offering the solid reassurance you so desperately needed. This intermittent display of care, marked by ambiguity rather than clear commitment, not only perplexed you but also cut deeply into your sense of self-worth. As time passed, the days morphed into weeks and the weeks into months, and with each passing moment, the pain became more acute. The trust you had once freely offered was slowly, almost imperceptibly, shattered by the inconsistencies and half-hearted gestures. The person you had so dearly cared for seemed increasingly indifferent to the suffering their inaction was causing. This neglect weighed heavily on your mental and emotional well-being, slowly eroding the foundations of your confidence. Long-buried fears and insecurities, which you had once managed to keep at bay, began to surge forth, each unanswered text, each missed call, and every unkept promise feeding into a growing sense of inadequacy. In time, you began to wonder if you were ever truly enough for them, if your love and devotion were met with reciprocal care. This internal turmoil was especially painful because you are someone who treasures long-term, meaningful relationships over transient encounters. Your heart yearns for a partnership built on trust, mutual growth, and the shared vision of a future together. You believe in the power of a bond that deepens with time, a connection that evolves, strengthens, and withstands the trials of life. Yet, your person seemed to exist on an entirely different frequency, one where fleeting interactions and casual engagements were the norm. This stark divergence in your core values eventually forced you to re-examine the situation. You realized that, for the sake of your own well-being, it was imperative to set healthy boundaries and protect the sanctuary of your heart. You could not continue pouring out your love and energy to someone who was unwilling or unable to meet you halfway. After much soul-searching, you made the agonizing decision to distance yourself, a choice born not out of a lack of love but from the necessity of self-preservation. You resolved to withdraw until your person could demonstrate genuine intentions and a true commitment to the connection you shared. It was a heart-wrenching decision. After all, your love for them was deep and real. Despite the hurt they had inflicted, a small, stubborn ember of hope remained alive within you, a hope that one day, the potential for what you could be together might be realized. Remarkably, this period of separation became a transformative turning point. In stepping back, you inadvertently revealed to your person just how remarkable and resilient you truly are. The distance allowed them to see you anew, recognizing not only your strength and unwavering character but also the depth of your emotional capacity. In this newfound light, they began to appreciate you more fully. The time apart provided them with the clarity to understand that what you shared was not a mere fleeting attraction or casual dalliance. It was a profound, soulful connection that held the promise of something lasting and meaningful. As the days turned into a reflective period of introspection, your person found themselves increasingly drawn back to you. Their attraction, which had once been clouded by indifference and self-doubt, began to burn brighter. They missed the warmth of your presence, the sound of your laughter, and the comfort that you so naturally provided. Alongside these rekindled feelings of passion and affection, however, came an undercurrent of inner conflict. They were haunted by the realization of how deeply their previous actions had wounded you. Every moment of separation was a painful reminder of the trust they had broken, and they understood that mending that trust would not be a swift or simple process. The fear that you might never fully trust them again loomed large, and yet, in spite of that fear, they could no longer deny the strength of their emotions. In the solitude of your individual journeys, your person began to critically assess their actions and the necessary changes that would be required to rebuild the bridge between you. They recognized that sincere apologies and empty promises would never suffice. What was needed was a tangible, consistent commitment to change, a pledge to be honest, respectful, and fully present. In the meantime, you devoted yourself to healing. You turned your focus inward, nurturing your wounded heart and steadily rebuilding your self-esteem. You reaffirmed your boundaries and committed to a process of self-care that reminded you of your inherent strength. Even as you held space for the possibility of reconciliation, you understood that your well-being could not depend solely on someone else's return. You were determined to emerge from this painful chapter as a more resilient, self-assured version of yourself. Inevitably, the turning point came when your person found the courage to reach out. They initiated contact with a sincere apology, acknowledging the mistakes they had made and expressing a heartfelt desire to set things right. In that moment, their words carried the weight of genuine remorse and the promise of future change, a conversation that marked the beginning of a new chapter for both of you. Though rebuilding trust was a gradual, painstaking process, the efforts you both made paved the way for healing. With time, persistence, and a renewed commitment to mutual understanding, the scars began to fade, and the bond between you grew stronger and more resilient than ever before. Together, you embarked on a journey toward a future founded on the pillars of love, respect, and sincere commitment. Yet, amidst all of this healing and renewal, there is another voice, a voice that speaks from the depths of your soul, expressing a love so deep that it defies simple explanation. It is a confession of feelings that have grown in complexity and intensity over time. These are the words that reveal how profoundly you have been affected by this connection. You admit that your feelings for your person run deeper than they might ever realize. Despite attempts to suppress or deny these emotions, every effort to forget or move on has proven futile. Their smile, the memory of their touch, and even the echo of their laughter haunt you in the most beautifully painful way. In your heart, you long for the vibrant energy they once brought into your life, a presence that, when absent, leaves you feeling incomplete. Every day, you grapple with the reality of your responsibilities and the demands of daily life, yet a part of you remains tethered to the memory of your person. It is as if a vital piece of your identity is missing when they are not around, a gap that nothing else seems capable of filling. Your most heartfelt dream is to build a future together, a life where the promise of marriage and the creation of a loving family become realities. You imagine a partnership where vulnerability is celebrated rather than feared, a bond so profound that it transforms everyday existence into something extraordinary. In your moments of quiet reflection, you confess that you have never before experienced such raw emotional vulnerability. With them, every sentiment is amplified, the thrill of joy, the sting of sorrow, and the overwhelming power of love. It is as if they complete you, a missing puzzle piece that, once found, brings clarity and wholeness to a life that had felt fragmented. Since the physical separation, your yearning for their presence has only grown more intense. In secret moments, you watch them from afar, yearning for a connection even if it is only a brief glimpse of the life you once shared. The depth of your love compels you to confront your emotions, despite the challenge of expressing them fully. When you finally muster the courage to articulate your feelings, your words emerge with trembling honesty. You are profoundly in love with them. It is not an easy admission, given your long-standing difficulty in revealing your innermost emotions. Yet with them, everything is different. They have unlocked a part of you that you never knew existed, a part that is capable of feeling intensely and loving unconditionally. Each time you see them, your heart races uncontrollably, and your thoughts become a whirlwind of emotions. There is an undeniable power in the way they affect you, a magnetic pull that you find impossible to resist. Looking forward, you envision a future where the two of you build a life rich with love, happiness, and shared dreams. You picture mornings spent side by side, supporting one another through life's ups and downs, and forging a home where both of you can truly be yourselves, free from judgment and full of warmth. The idea of creating a family together fills you with an overwhelming sense of joy and purpose. You dream of a nurturing environment for your future children, a space where they can grow up surrounded by unconditional love and support. You long to share in every joy and every challenge, to be the person who not only makes them smile but also stands steadfastly by their side through every twist and turn life offers. Yet even as you dream of a future filled with promise and shared responsibilities, you cannot shake the feelings of vulnerability that accompany such deep emotional exposure. This vulnerability, both terrifying and exhilarating, is a testament to the strength of your love. It is the quality that allows you to see through facades and recognize the raw, unfiltered truth of your own feelings. With your person, you feel seen in a way that transcends ordinary understanding, a connection that touches the deepest parts of your soul. However, along with this intense love comes the heavy burden of regret and self-reproach. You often find yourself caught in a relentless cycle of replaying past mistakes, each memory adding another layer of sorrow for the times you feel you have let them down. The realization that you did not live up to the standards you believed you were capable of meeting fills you with a profound sense of regret. Despite the forgiveness that they have offered, you struggle mightily to extend that same compassion to yourself. In this internal struggle, you are forced to confront the fact that your journey towards self-forgiveness is just as arduous as the process of rebuilding trust. This inner battle feels like wading through a thick, clinging mud, a constant effort that saps your energy with every step forward. The sadness you carry seems to anchor you to the past, reminding you of missed opportunities and choices that led you astray. And yet, in the midst of that heaviness, there is an enduring hope, a deep, unwavering desire to reclaim the person you aspire to be, both for your own sake and for the sake of the relationship you cherish so dearly. In moments of reflection, you come to understand that this weight you bear is not merely a punishment, but also a reminder of the importance of what you have lost and what you hope to regain. It is the consequence of actions that once pushed you apart, and now, it serves as a catalyst for change, a signal that the time has come to heal, learn, and grow. You begin to see that every ounce of regret is intertwined with the depth of your love, that the very pain you experience is proof of how profoundly you care. And while the journey towards self-forgiveness remains fraught with challenges, it is also an essential part of rediscovering your inner strength and resilience. The process of forgiving yourself is not a single moment of revelation, but rather a continuous, evolving journey, a series of steps that require you to confront your imperfections head-on. It demands that you acknowledge your mistakes with humility, face the truths that have long been hidden in the recesses of your mind, and ultimately embrace the idea that being human means being fallible. With each step, you come closer to understanding that forgiveness, whether given or received, is not a final destination, but a transformative force that frees you from the shackles of guilt and regret. As you continue to work on healing, you come to realize that the journey toward reconciliation is as much about personal growth as it is about repairing the bond with your person. Each day, as you strive to lighten the burden of past missteps, you also nurture a renewed sense of hope, a hope that, with time and perseverance, the connection you share can be rebuilt on a foundation of mutual understanding and unwavering commitment. It is a hope that is both fragile and resilient, a delicate balance of vulnerability and strength that defines the very essence of your love. In this new chapter, you resolve to live with integrity, compassion, and a relentless commitment to growth. You honor the lessons learned from your shared past and let them guide you toward a future where both you and your person can flourish together. The journey may be long, and the path fraught with setbacks, but every effort you make brings you closer to the person you aspire to be, both as an individual and as a partner. You understand now that forgiveness is not an endpoint but a living, breathing process that requires continual effort and understanding. Ultimately, this is not just a story of heartbreak or a tale of overcoming adversity, it is a testament to the transformative power of love. It is the narrative of how two souls, despite the obstacles that once threatened to tear them apart, found their way back to each other through a shared commitment to healing, growth, and the unyielding belief that their connection was something extraordinary. Your journey is one of rediscovery, a reclamation of your self-worth, your passion, and your dreams for a future that is defined by love, honesty, and mutual respect. As you look forward, you carry with you the vivid memories of both pain and joy, knowing that each has played a crucial role in shaping the resilient, compassionate person you have become. And while the scars of the past may never completely fade, they now serve as a reminder of your strength and the incredible capacity of your heart to love, forgive, and embrace life with an unyielding spirit. In the quiet moments when you reflect on everything you have endured and all that you still hope to achieve, you realize that this journey is about so much more than just reconciling with your past or with another person. It is about becoming the fullest version of yourself, someone who is not defined by the mistakes of yesterday but inspired by the promise of tomorrow. It is a journey of self-discovery where every challenge is met with courage and every setback paves the way for a comeback, fueled by the understanding that true love is not without its trials, but is enriched by the lessons learned along the way. So, with every step you take toward healing and every effort to rebuild the bond that once seemed irreparably broken, you affirm a truth that resonates deep within: your love is profound, your resilience is unwavering, and your capacity to forgive, both others and yourself, is a testament to the transformative power of the human heart. This is your story, a narrative of struggle and redemption, vulnerability and strength, and above all, a declaration that even in the midst of pain, love endures, heals, and ultimately, transforms everything in its path. In this reimagined retelling, you see the evolution of a relationship marked by uncertainty and heartache, yet ultimately defined by growth and the redemptive power of sincere love. It is a chronicle of how the seeds of doubt and betrayal can eventually give way to a renewed understanding of what it means to truly commit, both to another person and to oneself. The journey, though fraught with obstacles, has revealed a truth that is as timeless as it is poignant, that the deepest connections are often forged in the fires of adversity, emerging not unscathed, but stronger and more resilient than ever before. Every moment of hesitation, every shadow of doubt, has contributed to the mosaic of your experience, a canvas painted with the hues of longing, regret, hope, and ultimately, love. The process of setting boundaries, stepping away, and later, reaching back out, is not a tale of defeat but one of courage and self-respect. It is the recognition that sometimes love demands sacrifice, not just of the fleeting moments of pleasure, but of the illusions that once obscured the truth of what you deserve. In the end, your journey is a powerful reminder that even when the path is unclear and the heart is heavy, there lies within you an indomitable spirit capable of rising above pain and embracing the future with open arms. It is a journey of constant evolution, where every setback is met with a determination to learn, grow, and ultimately, to love more deeply than ever before. As you step forward into the promise of tomorrow, you do so with the knowledge that every challenge overcome has made you the resilient, compassionate soul you are today. And in that realization, there is comfort, a comfort that the love you share, whether rekindled or reimagined, is a force that will continue to guide you through life's inevitable ups and downs, forever illuminating the path ahead.